That's how Emma feels. Emma's done it. She was dreading it.
I had to meet her.
She's taken the written warning. She's admitted guilt. I've taken that written warning. That's the thing Robbie's not doing. He's absolutely fighting everything.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to hold his hands up and say that he drags people across the
floor. But unless they've got the evidence.
Yeah.
Then
but do you know what I mean? With Emma admitting
saying,
I'll take that bit more, she's admitted her guilt. Which is what Robbie's not going to do.
Yeah, but the thing is, if she's admitted, well, it's like Emma's thing, isn't it? But you know, we've all heard Emma speak loudly to people, you know, so we can't. That's you know, you can't deny that. But what Robbie is completely different.
Yes,
nobody's seen that. You know, no one that I've ever known has seen that.
It doesn't happen.
But also, does someone speaking loudly, when you think about it, warrant 2 or 3 months off work right before all this performance? Does it? You know, you just I mean, obviously this is different, but does it? You know, to leave it hanging all that length of time. If that's, you know, they obviously.
I can't get over what you know. It's just disgusting. The stuff I've read is fucking sick.
The trouble.
And they're downstairs. You know, you just think,
it's
fuck
so
off
hard.
and leave.
Yeah.
There's about 5 people here. I think if they fuck off and leave, this place will be a better place.
Yeah, and balance and come in,
better place.
And bother us.
And we've got to go to this meeting next week. And
I've got to be
reminded that everybody's got to be nice, and you think, well, I'm going to report everything. Every time Mohammed says anything,
do.
I'm going to fucking report everything. I said to Sam,
and let him follow guidelines like it's Claire, it's Peter's, because he keeps giving in to Claire because she can't.
Also, he won't sign. He won't sign in. He won't fill a form. He won't follow. He won't follow.
Yeah, well, him not signing in has probably done Rob a favour, because if Mohammed says things like, "Oh, it happened on January the 12th." We'll go and check the signing in, but oh, sorry, Mum, you're not in.
I'll tell you what. Can you know an annual leave slip? Can you put one in his tray? Yeah. If you actually, I'll write it, and if you pin that to it, so I'm going to start keeping all the annual leave slips. So because he always questions his annual leave.
His name, but doesn't actually put times now. He never writes the time.
He's a bastard.
And that's good. And yet I'm saying he gets away with it. But he's always.
I said to Sam last week, because I sat up at Sam called me up here last week, and I sat up here for an hour with him. And I said to Sam, he's got to the point now where to protect yourself, you feel like you're going to have to log everything. And I said, I'm going to be ringing you all the time now, telling you, you know.
What's going on?
And he said, well, that's what you have to do, and I have to come here and sort it. He said, that's what I have to do.
It makes me laugh. He knows nothing. That's what I said to him. He is the one, well, not just him, all of them.
I kind of feel sorry for him, because he's doing what his bosses are telling him to do.
And he's out of his depth completely.
Last week he was, you know, he was really sweet to me last week, and he kept kind of.
Don't be fooled.
No, I didn't sort of say stuff I shouldn't have done.
No.
But he was like, on the Friday he pulled me up again, and he said, you know obviously what's going to happen with Rob. He said, I have to go in there and I've got to be against him. He said, it's my job.
Can you pin that to a request form and put it in his tray, please?
I get the impression, different things that have been said and how he said them, that he's actually enjoying it. He's not, yes. Yeah. He's enjoying doing this. Because he's only got a year's contract.
He's got his vision, and he won't back down. And yesterday, right, if I could show you, yesterday he wants to redo our job description, okay? He had our one, and he had the best one, a fantastic one. The best one on the web that he found was Mencat for Watford, okay? And he wanted ours to be like theirs, because theirs is fantastic. I then said, I'm sorry, that is really to the point, but it doesn't cover things. You've got so many risks of people going, actually that's not in my job description because it's too, we need it to be more identified. So, you know, the bit where it said the job specification, you know, that could be changed, that could be laid out better, but the actual roles and responsibilities of your job description, I prefer ours. Well, I don't. So why ask for my advice then? Why ask? Because, you know, go online and look at Watford's, Mencat Watford job description. He thinks that's better than ours. sorry.
The thing is, also, if it leaves a lot out, it means that people it leaves lots of loopholes.
That's what it says.
Loads of loopholes.
And okay, then the downside.
You'll get people here, like you said, saying,
The downside, I don't know how it's ever been missed off. Ours doesn't say administer a medication. It must do. It must do. But apparently it doesn't. But that's the only thing that's missed off of our JD. It was so much better. But he would not back down because he'd already made the decision, I'm changing it. But okay, change it to something better, but that is not better. I think it's killed just in being in there.
No, I just, because I sometimes find people halfway down the stairs and I go, oh, did you want to?
Yeah.
People are stairs.
I'm going to pop out later and get some cake to you on.
Why is that?
It's his birthday.
Is it a year since he was 40?
Yeah. I know.
Where's that time gone? Well, we've had an exciting few months, awful that is. We've had an exciting... But these people are actually out, I feel, to dilute Woodbury.
Yeah.
To divert money from here over to the loss makers, to the lame ducks.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That's what they do.
last long, you never know.
The trouble is they've got
might sue them.
a 5-year
Yeah.
They'll have to back out then.
They've got a 5-year contract for money here, so it's guaranteed. That's the problem.
What, even if they're suing them?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he's got, you know, his union rep said you've got ground, you know, if you take them to trial.
Slander.
But, and also they're not like a council, there's a limit, there's no limit.
That's what Darren said to me yesterday. Darren said that you two take this further, that so this is slandering about my personality, about my reputation. It's slanderous.
And that you've allowed it to happen by book.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in the union, you need to get yourself in.
Yeah. I just thought if you get the actual contact details from Rob.
Has he got his phone number or is it, not as a
I know we
company?
can't speak to him, but you can.
No, I'll get it first. Yeah. But yeah, get yourselves in because that first meeting
We'll be next.
we were in two decisions whether to just go in without the union vet because we were so desperate to get it done.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad, glad that we had to wait because we absolutely well worth the wait. He knows his stuff. It's down to the T.
And so I'll tell you now. So like Jean, who was working on, I think it's going to be that. Jean was she actually her admin left because of the fact that they were only going to pay her £9 an hour. Admin are completely valueless. You realise that without value. Anyway, so in the end, you know, she travelled on this, you know, whatever. So then they didn't replace that. Then, and I'm still waiting since July for a replacement for the 18-hour post that was sued. That hasn't been done. Yet Nicola takes over her post, and within 6 weeks, I looked it up, she had a 36-hour admin. So she's one of the old gang. So we all know where we stand on all this. And they're putting money over there, but they're trying to take money out here. And whether it's a manager or whether it's care, but the things with care staff, you see, they can't cut down the hours on care staff. That's the problem. They can do things with us.
Oh yeah.
They're just going to get in different.
James already warned me off.
Exactly. That's what they're going to be doing. They're looking at it. But it's interesting because some of the care staff, as far as I know, get paid as much as I do. So it just seems a little stuff. I mean, I know you do. Because that's what I said. Because I want to look. Actually, I can look at yours. So I want to work out how much agency we're having at the moment and how much that's costing. Because we need to have agency. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I've got this.
Yeah. I had to have Robin Emma off that long.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When you think if what Emma was for that, to keep her off for that length of time. You know, when it wasn't, I wouldn't consider that serious. You know, I don't know what else. From the questions, the leading questions that we were given.
The questions that were given, we shouldn't have even been asked then. He said you can't ask these questions.
But they've already done the damage.
It should have been like, have you ever? Yeah, it should have been. Have you ever seen anybody abused?
Yes.
Not have you seen Robin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know Robin and Alex are in a relationship? Or how does that make you feel? Not.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel are you intimidated or
by any staff for any reason? Is what they should have said something
they,
like that.
They fed people
Yes, it was all leading questions which wouldn't be allowed.
No, it's not.
And that's what I said to Alex. I said, well, if
is,
people didn't know.
No, if it was like, you know, are you aware of staff that get on really well, you know, and built up good relationships, friendships? Yeah, how do they? Who is this? And people would go, Sherian, always make me feel intimidated. But it wasn't.
It was exactly. We didn't get the real culprits in all this. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. That's not that. You know, Well, these things happen. No one likes to think it's happened on their watch. It doesn't. And it says something about